side. Let me tell you something. There's a full-out war going on this subject right now. The bunch of filthy sodomite perverts, and if you don't like it, get out of here. They're at war with us tonight. That's right. And you know what? If you're fearful and afraid and you don't want to stand up for the truth, just get out of here because I'm sick of looking at your cowardly face. Yeah. Amen. Not going to put up with it. Let me tell you something. It's war. You know what the filthy sodomites have done toward our church and us and our friends and our fellow pastors that actually have the guts to say what needs to be said? Here's what they've done in the last few weeks. They got our PayPal account shut down so that we can't take any more online donations. We set up with another company, GiveLet. They got that shut down. QGive, they got that shut down. BitPay, they got that shut down. They shut down our iTunes podcast. They shut down Brother Jimenez's PayPal account. They shut down Brother Romero's PayPal account. They shut down Paul Wittenberger's store where he sells all of his films and everything. His livelihood, that's his job. I mean, that's how he makes his money. They shut down his Framing the World store off Big Cartel. I mean, the landlord of Pastor Jimenez is saying, hey, we're not going to renew your lease. I mean, these people are dedicated. These people are researching. They're finding out, where we bank. They're finding out who we do business with. They're trying to get us shut down on all fronts. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm sick of it. And I'm not going to back down, and I'm sick of people not backing me up on this. And you know what? If you're not going to back us up, then get out of here. We don't need your help. You know what? We have hundreds of people here that will not compromise, and if you're not one of them, then get out. I don't want to hang around with a bunch of fag hags and a bunch of queer baits and a bunch of effeminates. Get out. Look, no one in a million years would have thought when I was a child that our country would ever accept this stuff amongst Christians. You are insane. You think I'm preaching too hard? You have lost your mind. And if you ever say the word LGBT community to me, you might as well just walk up to me and just say, you know what? I'm a brainwashed idiot. I don't read the Bible. I don't love God. I'm just a brainwashed fool that has my mind filled with TV, Hollywood, and can't think for myself. LGBT. They're sodomites. They're dogs. That's what the Bible calls them. Dogs. Dogs!
I'm Dion Helen to y'all from a city near you.
And I am Ronald from the beautiful city of Baltimore and the lovely state of Maryland.
I am Kay, coming to you from America.
I take this moment to put in my personal plug. I am Ronald Saron Fountain, the owner and founder of LIVE, which stands for Lifting Individual Voices for Empowerment. We are an organization that's built on a vision of hope and redemption. And so I work with individuals, I work with families, and I work with communities to solidify unity. But one of the things that I have come to know as being a certified life coach is that each person's belief is based in how they live and exemplify. And the greatest thing that humans have upon them is their mind. Once we come into information plus knowledge, wow, that brings about opportunity, and it will show your belief and how you carry things. So when I watched this, I was sitting there and I was a bit amazed at how this guy was voicing it, and he had an audience of what I could see at the time was about 30 people. And those 30 people was going to eat of that, and they was going to carry it on to disseminate to how many other people. So I am a person who look for truth. I understand that, and I'm just going to use my good friend Dion right now. There is Ronald's truth, and there's Dion's truth, but then there's the truth. And the truth comes from a comprisal of things. There's a lot of hidden things that a lot of times people don't know or can't see, can't hear, can't touch, can't taste. So as I was listening to this, I understand that he's giving a view from the way that he believed. I just don't know how he got to his belief. So I can't validate or invalidate his existence in the way that he believed. But being a participating advocate for the GLBT community, one of the things that I say is, no, we don't return injustice with injustice. We must stand in just, and we must continue to send our message loud and proud who we are. And I don't know, with going back and forth with trying to have their stuff shut down, their communications shut down, I just feel like that's a waste of energy. Like, if we're going to be positive, let's be positive. But if we're going to participate in the negative, then don't even worry about trying to be positive. People are going to have their stance, and they've said it for as long as time has existed. But one thing I want to say as being a great participator and faith-wise towards Christianity, that if I say that I'm a Christian, it is not saying that I am perfect in any way. It just says that if you study the Bible and you read the Bible, I study to live a Christ-like life from what I can read, from what I have come to understand. But then even beyond that, the universe feeds to me that this was the closest person or closest being ever to be on earth that practiced perfection. And I have a whole synopsis of it, but one of the things was, if you think about the 12 disciples that was around him, they was picked in purpose in his life, and all of them had a flaw that kind of disciplined him, that he knew how not to act. Like, I'm going to use Peter, who cut off the ear. Peter had anger issues, and if y'all could just imagine, like, what that was like back then. He was the one that, yeah, I'm looking for a reason. Let's set it off, Jesus. Let's put these people straight. Let's get it in. And Jesus had to be that discipline that was like, no, there's another way to go about this. And so that's what I look for today. Like, I would like to have a discussion with that motherfucker that tried to bash somebody else on just how did he get to be the way that he is, and how did it come about. Oh, by the way, do y'all like my get up? Yeah, I'm wearing my representation, my kufi on my head, you know. I got my big lime green on because I live loud and proud to be exactly who I'm created to be. And I could care less what other people think of it unless you are 6 feet or closer to me in my inner circle. But at that time, I'm going to pass it on and hear what some of my colleagues have to say. So I'm going to go with Kay first. What's up, Kay? Tell me what's happening with it.
Well, I mean, I think it's first you have to think about, well, what is free thinking? So for this man to give this speech or to spout this rhetoric, that may be his thinking, and he's trying to change other people's thinking. So at that point, is it really free thinking? So I think we have to begin with whether or not that's free thinking and how it affects other people's thinking. But if that's his expression, that's his expression. I mean, you know, I go back to the whole Chick-fil-A thing. The owner and founder of Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays. Now, is that a wise business decision? No, but it's his belief. And does that belief benefit other people? Yes. And as long as he's not breaking any rules, I don't feel it to be a problem. So, you know, he can say that he hates the gays, the homosexuals, the unwed mothers, and all that thing. As long as he hires them, he's okay in my book, and I'll continue to support them and do what it is. So, I feel that this is the same thing. He can say what he wants to say, but don't force other people into a situation that may not be in alignment with what their spiritual thoughts are.
Thank you. Hey, Dion.
Yo, yo.
Yeah, how you feeling about this?
I'm pretty pretty much in line with Kay. I think that everybody has a right to believe what they want to believe, and I think that when you express those things, you have that freedom to express it. But I do believe, in the same token, that you shouldn't force it upon anybody else. So as Christians, you go out and you share what your life is like, and hoping to inspire someone else to say, hey, I want that. And if they want that, then you help them to get it. But I'm not going to force it down your throat. Say, hey, look, this is the only way to live. This is how you got to live. If you don't live this way, you're going to die and all that stuff. I'm not that radical in that sense. And for me, I don't take a lot of things personal, because the things that he said in that particular thing didn't affect me, because that's not how I'm living my life. So, I take it with a grain of salt. That's how you feel. I know where you stand, and I can respect your stance. And I know where I stand. I know where we're going to clash, and where the line is drawn, and I respect that. And that's just where I am with it.
Thank you. Isha mahalashe, take mahasha, take malasha. I'm gonna wrap this up, and I thank y'all for your comments. Kay, what I want to say with the Chick-fil-A experience that you gave in there, many of my friends came and said, I don't eat there no more because of the way the owner practice or believe. And what I was able to tell them, I don't care. I can always walk in there and find somebody from the GLBT community that's going to serve me. So as long as he's still employing them, his belief don't mean much to what actually happens. And Dion, I thank you for wrapping it up in there. What it does for me, it disciplines me as I'm called to be a leader. It's not something that rightfully I ascribe to, but it just happens for me. And so I have to be mindful. And I remember when I was first asked to do the chocolate bar. One of the things I said is everything won't get a comment from me, because I have to be mindful of who's going to receive it and what I'm going to get behind what comes from it. So I'm real mindful in that, but I do believe that as a leader, just because some people are following blindly, that I'm held to a discipline of integrity that says I'm responsible for truth.
Exactly.
And that I need to know where my truth is coming from. I told y'all, Sir Ron has some great ideas. And believe me, I believe all my ideas are great. But is my ideas great for everyone?
Right.
And the answer to that one is no. So I thank y'all. And do y'all have any final words y'all want to say?
And allude to what you just said, I really believe that as leaders, you're out there to lead. And, it's not that you can't please everybody. You're not here to be that for everybody. But those people who you're there for, you need to lead them in the right way and make sure that you're taking care of those people.
Thank you so much. Back to our question director and wonderful host. Ern, it's all yours. So I take this moment to put my own plug in there. I'm the live, which stands for lifting individual voices for empowerment.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up. I don't know where you moved or what, but it's breaking up.
I wanted to show the star in me. Can you see?
I see the star, but if you can go back.
Stars behind my head.
Yeah.
Some people have stars because they got hit in the head.
Well, that's seeing stars.